But what if we add strings together, separate each string with a space character? For an example, select single quote SQL, single quote plus, single quote space, single quote plus, single quote is, single quote plus, single quote space, single quote plus, single quote, fun, single quote, then semicolon. Now we will apply it to SQL. Select single quotes plus plus then plus then plus then single quote, then we add SQL is fun, then execute, then you'll see this is the result. But as you can see in the result, there's no space in the result of that example because we didn't add space in every single column that has empty. It became null since there's no space. Concat underscore WS function. The, bu- the concat underscore WS function adds two or more strings together with a separator. The parameter is separator, strings 1, strings 2, and string n. The description is the separator is the separator to use, then the strings are the strings to add together. The syntax concat underscore WS open parenthesis separator then string 1, string 2, so on and so forth. If we add strings together, use dot to separate the concatenated strings values. For example, select concat underscore WS open parenthesis single quote dot single quote then single quote ww single quote then single quote w3 schools single quote then single quote com and single quote close parenthesis. Select concat underscore WS open and close parenthesis and semicolons dot as a separator ww as strings w3 schools strings and com as strings then execute. Then the result will show each script strings will provide that as separator. But what if we use dash as a separator in string values? For an example, concat underscore ws open parenthesis single quote dash single quote then single quote SQL then single quote is single quote and then single quote space is single quote then single quote the space single and then fun single select concat underscore ws open parenthesis single quote close parenthesis operator dash SQL a strings is a strings and fun a strings then execute and the result will show the dash will be in the middle of every strings that we added together. Data length function. Data length function is returns the number of bytes used to represent the expression. Note, the data length function counts both leading and trailing spaces when the calculating length of the expression. Parameter expression. The description is the data type to return the length for. If expression is null, it returns null. The syntax, data length, then open parenthesis expression, close parenthesis. For an example, the return on the length of an expression in bytes, select data length, open parenthesis, single quote, w3 schools.com, single quote, close parenthesis, semicolon. Select data length, close open parenthesis, single quote, w3 schools.com, then close parenthesis, then execute. As you can see, the result is 13 because of the every character, the amount of characters in the w3schools.com is 13 per characters. But what if we added spaces? For an example, select data length, open parenthesis, single quote, space, 3 spaces, w, 3 schools, then .com, then space, single quote, and close parenthesis. Select data length, open and close parenthesis, single quote, space, w3 schools.com, space, then execute. As you can see, the result is 15 because space are also count as characters. Therefore, it also counts as bytes. But what if you use expression instead of spaces? For an example, select data length, open parenthesis, single quote, 2017, then dash, and 08, single quote, then close parenthesis, and semicolon. Select data length, open and close parenthesis, single quotes, 2017, oh, dash 08, then execute. The result is 7 because the dash is also a character, therefore it also counted as when it turned into bytes. Difference function. The difference function compares two soundx values and returns an integer. The integer value indicates the match for the two soundx values from 0 to 4. 0 indicates weak or no more similarities between the soundx values. 4 indicates strong similarity or identically soundx values. The parameter, expression, and expression. The description is two expressions to be compared can be constant or variable or column. The syntax, difference, open parenthesis, expression, and expression, close parenthesis. So let's have an example. Select difference, open parenthesis, single quote, juice, single quote, and single quote, banana, and single quote, close parenthesis, semicolon. These two soundx values and return an integers. Select difference, open and close parenthesis, single quote and single quotes, juice and banana as expression, then execute. And just as you can see, the result became an integer. Format function. The format function formats a value with specified format. Parameter, value, format, culture. Description, the value to be formatted, its value. The format pattern is format. This is optional, specifies a culture from SQL Server 2017. Its culture. The syntax is format, open parenthesis, value, and format, and culture, and close parenthesis. So how we gonna format a date? This is an example. Declare at the date time equals single parenthesis 12 slash and 01 slash 2018 single quote and semicolon. Select format, open parenthesis at that the single quote, the single quote, and single quote en dash us single quote close parenthesis as u single quote us English result and single quote, and then format single quote no, it's open parenthesis single at the and single quote the and single quote and single quote no single quote and close parenthesis as single quote Norwegian result single quote, then format open parenthesis at the and single quote the single quote and single quote zoo and single quote close parenthesis as single quote Zulu results and single quote column semicolon. Declare at the date time equals single quote and 5 dash 31 dash 23, then select format open and close parenthesis at the and single quote the and dash us as single quote us English results, then format open and close parenthesis at the single quote the no as Norwegian result, then format open and close parenthesis a single quote at the and zoo as single quotes zoo Zulu result, then execute, and this will be This will be the format of every to declared date. Now, how I format a number? For an example, select format open parenthesis 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and open single quote hashtag hashtag dash hashtag hashtag dash hashtag 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 dash and close parenthesis. The way the hashtag layout is to exact each number of the one in the first expression. It means the hashtag helps out the how will be the format of the selected numbers. Select format open and close parenthesis 08 1 0 2000 3 1 and single quote hashtag hashtag dash hashtag hashtag dash hashtag 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 and is the result is 0 810 2 what 2 dash 0031. The use of format is to make a pattern for the next value added. Left function. Left function extracts a number of characters from string starting from left. Parameter is string number of chars. The description is the string to extract from the string. The number of characters to extract if the number exceeds the number of characters in string, it returns string. Syntax is left open parenthesis string and number of chars close parenthesis. What if you extract three characters from a string starting from left? For example, select left open parenthesis single quote SQL tutorial single quote and 3 close parenthesis as extracting string. Select left open parenthesis and close parenthesis single quote and SQL tutorial and extracting string is 3 as extract string then execute. As you can see, the result is SQL because the extracting point is 3, therefore the extracting characters were 3 letters from left, which is SQL. What if we extract 5 characters from the text in the customer name column starting from left? For example, select left open parenthesis column customer name and the extracting point is 5 as extracting string from customers. Select left open and close parenthesis customer name and the extracting point is 5 as extract string from customers table then execute. As you can see in the result, there's 91 result from the customers table, and only were 5 characters from left was displaying. What if we extract 100 characters from a string and starting from left? The example is select left, open parenthesis, single quote, SQL tutorial, single quote, and extracting point is 100 as extract string. Select left, open and close parenthesis, single quote, SQL tutorials, and extracting point is 100 as extract string, then execute. As you can see, the result was full words from the string we used. That's because the the number of characters to extract is exceeds the limits of number of characters in string, so it returns full words.